So a couple of weeks ago I treated me and my wife to an amazing holiday over in Dubai. It was our first time ever going out there as well, and we really enjoyed it. We'll definitely be going back in the future. So in today's video I want to talk about a couple of different things. I want to talk about the things we got up to whilst we were there. I want to talk about the heat, because that's a big question a lot of people have. You know, is Dubai too hot to travel to in the summer? Because a lot of people who live in Dubai will actually travel to different countries during June, July, August, you know, the summer months, because of the heat. And we went a couple of weeks ago, which is August, and yeah, we got to experience that heat. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to be breaking down the holiday and the different prices of things as well, breaking it all down for anyone who's going out there for the first time and wants to know roughly how much it all costs. We're going to be talking about some of the rules and stuff. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to Dubai. As I said, I've been there once and it was for a week, so I don't know everything about the place. So this is going to be more of a video for someone who's going there for the first time, or someone who's thinking about going there for the first time. So first of all, I want to talk about a couple of the things we got up to whilst we were over there. I definitely recommend all of these things as well to anyone who's going there for the first time, or even if you've been a couple of times, like, you can still do these things. They're amazing, absolutely incredible. The first thing was the Dubai Mall. Now this, I believe, is either the biggest or the second biggest mall in the entire world, and it was absolutely massive. Like, you when we got there, we were walking around and it's like, you just think to yourself, like, I cannot see everything this mall has to offer in a day. Like, you'd have to do like a couple of days to see it all. It's absolutely crazy. It's huge. It's got so many different things in there as well. And as soon as you walk outside, you can see the Burj Khalifa, which is the world's tallest building, and you literally have to look proper up like that. Fully extend your neck right up to see the top. It is incredible. You can see it from miles away as well, but being right up next to it, you truly see how tall it is. And yeah, it's incredible. You question it and you think, how the fuck has someone built that? Like, how is there a building so tall? It's just nuts. It's crazy. And then you've got the fountain show. Now, I don't know the exact times of the fountain show, but I believe it starts like afternoon, maybe like 3-4 p.m. and it runs like every half hour in the evening. So we saw it once in a day. You can look up the times on Google, but as I said, I'm no expert on Dubai, but we saw one during the day and then we went in the evening, and in the evening it was every half hour, because we saw our first one. We went out at 7:30 because we were in the mall having a look around. We came out at 7:30 and we saw the fountain show, which is along the water, right, you know, looking at the Burj Khalifa. Oh, it's absolutely incredible view. I'll put some photos up and maybe a video up on the screen so you can see it. But man, what an incredible experience that was. And then, you know, by the time you maybe go inside, get a drink and come back outside, that's another half hour gone, so you can see it all over again. And it's completely free. You don't have to pay to see this fountain show. You know, it's completely free. And I got a taxi there. I paid, I believe, like £30 to get a taxi there and back, so like 15 quid each way, and it was probably a 25-minute drive from our hotel. You know, in the UK you'd be paying a lot more for a taxi than that. So, you know, people make out that Dubai is so expensive, and yeah, you know, there's expensive things there, and there's expensive things to do, and there's expensive parts, of course, the same as anywhere in the world. You know, London, New York, you know, anywhere you go in the world, there's expensive places to go to, you know, but it all depends on the person you are. You know, if you're going out there to buy Rolexes and Gucci bags and shit like that, then yeah, you're going to be fucking spending a lot of money. But if you're going out there and you can, you know, live quite normally like everyone else, and, you know, not have to get all the designer stuff and pay for expensive meals and stuff, and you're not going to spend a stupid amount. It all depends on who you are as a person. So we watched the fountain show, I believe, about 4 times, and it was just a really good experience. And if I was to go back to Dubai, well, I will go back in the future. When I go back, it's something I would definitely do again, 100%. It's a fascinating place for sure. So definitely recommend that. The second thing is in a different area. It's on the Palm, and it's called the Aura Sky Pool. Now, I believe I paid probably around 50 or 60 pound each for me and Chloe, so probably about 120 pound in total for this experience, which is not much when you think of it. And it's the world's largest 360 infinity pool, and you go up in this lift. You know, there's like 20 people in the lift, and you go all the way up to the top, and all of a sudden there's just this amazing atmosphere. You've got a bar, you've got a 360 infinity pool, and it's crazy, and it's overlooking all the different parts of Dubai. So you can look you can look one way and see the Palm, you can see the Atlantis Hotel and all that sort of stuff. You can look that way and you can see the Burj Khalifa in the distance. You can look a different way, you can see the city, and yeah, like each side of the Aura Skyport has a completely different view, and every single one of the views is incredible. So it doesn't matter where you decide to sit, because there's different seating that you can book when you book this online. Honestly, I would say to just book any of them, because they all have a really nice view, and the pool as well is nice and cold as well, which was great, because when we were going in the pool in our hotel, and in the sea especially in the summer, we'll talk about that when we talk about the heat, but the water wasn't cold at all. You know, in the sea it was actually warm. I couldn't believe it. But in the pool, they have temperature, it's all temperature controlled, so when you get in the pool you can actually cool off, and it's nice. It's really, really nice. I'm not saying it's freezing cold or anything like that, but it's cool enough to sort of cool you down, you know, and it's nice to have a swim around. And you can swim the whole way around as well. You can walk the whole way around, and you can swim the whole way around, and you can really just take in the views. You can take in some incredible photos, and yeah, it's a very good experience. I definitely recommend it. And you can just sit there and chill, and you can order food and drinks. Now the downside to this experience, unless you're rich of course, is the food and drinks are quite expensive up there. Now me and Chloe had food before we went, so we weren't hungry up there, so I didn't need to really buy anything. I bought us a little snack. I bought like a bowl of chips with cheese, and I bought us a drink each. I had a glass of water. Chloe had like a Coke or something like that, and it was like 25 quid just for those 3 things. So yeah, it's pretty expensive, but you know, if you haven't got the money to spend up there, then just eat before you go. You don't have to buy food and drinks up there. Ted, I'm trying to make a video, mate. Man just stands there and starts shaking while I'm making a video. But yeah, I gotta say that the food and drink did look incredible. Some of the things people were ordering, I was looking, I was like, ooh, I'm not hungry, but that looks good. Fair play. So yeah, if you got the money for it, definitely have food and drink up there. It looked nice, and as I said, a great experience, and just a nice place to chill out for the evening. Now there are different sessions you can book. You can book like a morning, you can book I think it's like afternoon, and then you've got the evening one. We did the evening one. Next time we go, I'm going to do a daytime one, because I'd like to experience both of them. The views were incredible in the evening when it was dark, but I'd also like to experience what it'd be like in the daylight as well. I think that'd be really cool. Now the next thing we did was we went to JBR Beach. Now in the summer months I don't think there's an awful lot going on there, just because of the heat, and when we went there was not many people there at all. Now this was our least favourite experience out of everything we did, just because of the heat. Now and that'll bring me on to the next point of talking about the heat as well, but yeah, I think if you're going in like maybe November, December, January, I think going to the beach would be absolutely amazing. You know, there'd be plenty of things to do, the different experiences and stuff, and there'd be loads of people there. But when we went, there wasn't an awful lot going on, I think mainly because of the heat. And the sand was boiling to walk on, like it was burning my feet walking on the sand. And I jumped in the sea to cool down, right? And it's like a bath. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. I've never experienced that. Like, I've been to some hot countries. I've been to like Turkey, Egypt, different parts of Spain, and like never have I experienced that when you go in the sea and you actually, it's warm. Like the water was warm. It was absolutely nuts. So I didn't really enjoy going, me and Chloe, we didn't enjoy going to the beach purely because it was just so hot. We just constantly felt thirsty, and we were just sweating and just so hot. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend going to the beach in the summer months, if I'm being completely honest with you. And if we were to go back, we would definitely go back in a different sort of month, like November, December, January, February sort of time, when it's a little bit cooler and you can still experience the heat, but not as intense, and you can do different things, and there's more stuff going on and stuff like that. So yeah, which, you know, that brings me on to my next point now about the heat. You know, there's a lot more experiences to do in Dubai, by the way. We wanted to do, we just didn't have time to do it all. We were there a week. Next time I want to go, I want to do the Dubai frame, because you go up the top of the frame and you look one way, you can see the old Dubai, and then you look the other way, you can see the new Dubai. So I think that'd be really cool to go to. I'd also like to do the Atlantis water park as well. That looks really, really good. But as I said, because of the heat and the amount of time we were there, we didn't get to do everything. Which brings me on to my next point. Is it too hot to travel to in the summer months? Now, as I just mentioned, the beach. I would say yeah, it's too hot to go to the beach personally. You can't cool down. You can't jump in the sea to cool down, and it's just absolutely scorching. So yeah, I'd probably say it's too hot to go to the beach, to be honest with you. Unless you go in there for like 20 minutes just to experience it, then it's probably worth it. But yeah, after an hour, we just wanted to go back to the hotel. We were just it's fucking too hot. But if we were in our hotel and we had a rooftop pool, by the way, and we could jump in the pool whenever we want, we could go in the hotel, and the hotel was very well air conditioned. And that's another thing about Dubai, everywhere indoors is very well air conditioned. But if you're doing the experiences that I mentioned in this video, or you're just chilling at the hotel and you can jump in the pool whenever you want, I'd say no, it's absolutely fine. You know, if you're sunbathing at your hotel and you can jump in the pool, then no, I'd say the heat is absolutely fine. Of course, it's absolutely boiling. You wouldn't want to spend too long in the sun, and you probably wouldn't want to go out in the sun during, you know, between 10 and 3. But yeah, I would just say it's too hot to go to the beach, if I'm being honest. So the next thing I want to talk about is the cost of the holiday, just for anyone who's interested in going and just wants to know, you know, some rough prices. So I paid £1,099 for the flights, which was the most expensive part actually. So that's, what's that, £549 each for flights. Then for the hotel, I paid £428, which is £61 a night, right? Because we went for a week. £61 a night, that's so fucking cheap. I think it's a lot cheaper in the summer because it's so hot. But I've looked at holidays in Dubai in like November, December, January, and you know, it's still reasonably priced. But yeah, £61 a night, that works out, right? And we had 2 meals a day as well. We had breakfast and tea at night as well. That is so cheap. That's amazing. I didn't actually I haven't ever broke it down until now, and that's crazy cheap. £91 for the airport parking in Gatwick. So I would drop my car to them, they would park it up, and then they would bring us in their minibus to the North Terminal where we needed to go. And then when we got back, when we come out of the North Terminal, they just delivered the car right outside for us. So yeah, it was good. So that was £91, which in my opinion is actually really cheap as well, because I've booked Bristol Airport parking many times just for a couple of days, and sometimes it costs more than that just for a couple of days, and no one delivers your car to you or anything. So again, I believe that's really cheap. And then I paid £76 for the transfers. So that was obviously from Dubai Airport to our hotel and then back as well when we were going back. So again, in my opinion, really cheap. You know, 76 divided by 2 is £38. Fucking quick maths again, mate. And it was about a 35-minute drive. So yeah, in my opinion, everything very reasonably priced. It was just the flights really that was the main expense there. Now I did also bring, I think about £500 to spend out there as well, and yeah, I spent it all on, you know, experiences, and we went out a couple of times for food and bought a couple of different things. But honestly, like in the grand scheme of things, £500 is nothing, you know. So yeah, all in all, I probably paid for absolutely everything. I probably paid £2,300 for the week. Now the last thing I want to talk about are the rules. Is it really that strict? Because before I went to Dubai for the last couple of years, I've had a lot of people say you can't have your top off in public, you can't hold hands with your missus, you can't kiss, you can't hug, all these different types of things. Now, when I went to Dubai, I found it to be nothing like that. You know, there were loads of people with their tops off on the beach. There were loads of couples holding hands in the shopping malls and hugging and all these different things. I saw loads of it. Now, I think it's all about being respectful, right? Like, me and my missus are very respectful people in the UK here, you know, at home. We're respectful wherever we go abroad. So, you know, it's not like we're going to go and snog each other in front of a mosque or something like that. Now, that would just be disrespectful. Why would you do that? You know, it's just about having a bit of respect for where you are and just not going over the top, you know. If you got your top off on a beach because you're going in the sea, that's very reasonable. You're not going to get told off for that. But if you walk into, you know, a mosque or something like that with your top off, then yeah, you know, people are probably not going to be happy with that, but why would you do that anyway? It's just about having a bit of respect, really. And you know, if you're respectful people, you can't really go wrong, can you? But yeah, I saw loads of people holding hands, saw loads of people on the beach with their top off. Now, a security guard came up to me when I was walking away from the beach, and he just asked me nicely to put my top on because I was walking away from the beach. I had got off the beach, I was walking away, and it was absolutely boiling. I didn't want to put my top on, but he asked me very nicely to put my top on. So yeah, no problem, mate, no problem at all. And he was asking how my day's going. He was a very respectful person. So yeah, I mean, it's just about having a bit of respect and just being sensible. That's all it is. But I definitely don't think the rules are as strict as some people make out. You know, some people will tell you, oh, you cannot hold your missus' hand in public, you can't do this, can't do that. I don't think it's that strict. As I said, I'm not an expert, but I didn't find it to be crazy strict. It's just about having a bit of respect. But that's going to wrap up today's video. If you are planning on going to Dubai, or maybe you want to go, then I hope this video helped in some way. Definitely recommend going, and definitely recommend the things that I mentioned as well. Really good experiences, definitely worth going to see. That's going to be it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm out of here. Bye.